part 4. I remember making part 4, and that one took forever. Or it felt like it took forever, at least. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Someone said, my favorite. Do you have a favorite part? I mean, hopefully it'll end up being 6, but if you have a favorite part, let me know. I wonder if I have a favorite part. My favorite part is part 6. It's always the one that I've just recently made. Hello. Hello, everybody. We're going to be watching part 4 today. Thrilling. Oh, hey. Thank you very much. Part 5. That's good. I love part 5. Part 5 was a joy to write. I actually wrote part 5 and part 6 over the course, I think, of I really got into the meat of it just one night, and I wrote both episodes. And I remember I looked up at the end of writing part 6, and I looked at, I think my mom, I was in the living room, I looked at my mom and I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever written. And I've written weird stuff, but I was like, this might take the cake on weird and wild. So yeah. And sometimes it'll I get so involved in the editing of all of it that sometimes I'll take a step back from part 6 and I'll just be like, yeah, I'm thrilled for you guys to see it. Thrilled. But for tonight, we are doing part 4. Very excited. All right, we have about 60 people here. How are we all feeling? Part 4 was released, a month and a half ago? Oh my God, no, more than that. Almost 2 months ago. Wild how time flies. The roller coaster episode, was it? Was this the one? This one was crazy. And then part 5 was kind of cleaning up the aftermath of this one. I knew I'd been planning the idea for a Dreamscape chase sequence forever. I as soon as I came up with the concept, I was like, and then there will be the chase episode. And I have no idea how the chase episode is going to work. I have no idea how I'm actually going to film that being one person. But yeah, the chase scene took me a week, maybe a bit more, to film all of it. And in between, during the day or during the night, I was filming other scenes around it, but that one took forever. The chase scene, yeah. What was your favorite part about filming that episode, or maybe the most difficult part? I don't know. We'll get to it. Let's jump in. What do we say? Okay, I'm going to lower you all. Here we go. I'm going to flip this camera. And as you can see, I have the actual file, which is really fun. Very happy to have it. Hang on, let me move my shoe. My shoe is in the way of you guys. And boys, I'd have wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boys. All right. November 2017 is when we begin. Oh, for reference, this is what the whole darn thing looks like if I zoom way out with that charming face. Yeah, part 4 was a doozy. That was wild. What's the... Oh, this. So this was an entire separate section that I made... Where was it? It was... Oh, Lucids 4B. So I took Lucids 4B right here. I edited it together. Right? All of it here. All of it there. And then I made it its own little separate file. I exported the master file. So it ends with go after him. And I then stuck it right smack in the middle of here. So that is the middle section that I edited kind of independently. The reason being, my computer, with all of the stuff that was going on, was practically crashing by the time I got to this sequence in the middle. I'm pretty sure this right here, what we're seeing right there, let me see if I can get you all a little closer. Sorry about this. I'll turn off this so you can see easy. All of this right here is the chase sequence, yes. So these tiny little individual clips, which are all separate things, this is all the chase sequence, and it took forever. It was wild. And then, obviously, you see that it calms down. We've got really tightly packed clips right here, and then it widens out for the big scene, right? Pretty cool. All right, let's watch it through. Let's just see what we think. This is Lucids Part 4.
Isabel, the past few years with you have felt like a dream. And for me, it's never been a question of if we get here, but when. And that got me thinking about fate.
Okay, that entire opening line was recorded separately. A lot of this is ADR, which is so hard to do. So that means I recorded it after I actually recorded it, because all of the audio was so radically different from the other shot's audio, if that makes sense. So one shot would sound like this, the other shot would sound like that, and the background noise, which is so totally different, that I had to end up going back and just recording all of the lines over my mouth moving.
We met in St. James Elementary School. Don't need to say the name of the school, just say elementary school. We met in elementary school, got to know each other in high school, started dating in college.
How long did it take me to edit that? A very long time.
This one journal article you told me about.
This is important, by the way.
That time is constant, and that the future and the past all already exist, always have, always will. And that we as consciousnesses are just being moved through in little slices of now. And if I'm right in remembering that, it means two things. One, that I'm a good listener, haha. And two, that life is basically like a film. It's all set, beginning, middle, and end. And all the characters have no choice but to go through frame by frame.
Little meta there, a little bit
There are
meta.
moments where you laugh, moments where you cry, moments where you get bored, moments where you fall asleep. And then there are your favorite moments, moments that you wish you could rewatch over and over and over again. And for me, my favorite scene of the movie is waking up next to you. And I've rewatched that scene for the past 5 years and I'm still not bored of it. Which I can say of nothing else other than the Hoth battle sequence in Empire Strikes Back. And so if all of this is true...
Very cheeky.
And life really is an unchanging film, all I can do is really, really hope that you'll make it.
Oh, you did a video. Someone did a video with this audio. That's awesome. I would love to see it. Oh, yeah, I love this monologue. It took quite a minute to write. And I gotta say, we filmed all of this in one morning. And it was me and my dad. And we went to a heavily populated hiking trail and managed to, take off our masks or I took off my mask really quickly, filmed a line, and then would go back and someone would be passing in the background. So it's pretty embarrassing to get sort of this vulnerable in front of random Los Angeles hikers, but, it paid off.
See. So with all of this being said, Isabel, will you...
Benjamin?
Hi.
Hey, Benny.
Aw, Benny. Okay, so a thing about Isabel's voice, she is a woman who, I don't know her personally, but she made a fan video about Benjamin and Oliver where she played Isabel throughout. It's like she made her own little Isabel spin-off series. And I loved it so much. I don't think it got a lot of attention or anything, but I loved it. And her ingenuity of like all the jokes I was making in my series, she would make little parallel jokes in her series. And so when it finally came time to hear Isabel, a year later, or not quite a year, but I asked her, I was like, will you join? Will you be Isabel's voice? By the way, that theme always plays over the title. It's in different genres for every single episode, but it's always that theme.
this has just been a bad dream. Oliver? Okay, good.
All right, so yeah, that's just to tie in this notebook to the previous episode. Yeah, WandaVision has copied me in weird ways, but I love WandaVision, so yeah, awesome.
Oliver, come on. Benjamin's closing in.
We've got a lot to tell her about. Yeah, but then maybe we could watch Lumber Sweats and the Sweet Meat Chronicles. But what? You've never heard of Lumber Sweats? I mean, I've been kind of busy. Oh, right. Well, it's my favorite show, so I think you'll like it. Cool. Okay, Mrs. Hills. I got him.
We're going to bring you back. We need to plan how to move forward as soon as Oliver is ready.
What?
The apple. Put it in your pocket. Don't let him see it. Not yet.
Okay, Oliver.
Wait. All right, this shot, I don't know if you saw at the very beginning, but there's the moon, and it was in focus, and I walk in, and that shot is mirroring the original shot I got in Benjamin and Oliver, and it took forever to get that, to angle the camera just right so I get the moon and me. Woo! Wild.
You ready? Oh, very dramatic. What? You, just then. You ready, Oliver? Very good. What was that?
Right, come on, boys. We need a plan.
PowerPoint. Oh, I'm well aware.
In order to safely bring...
Yes, this is Lucids, by the way. If you haven't seen it, go check out Lucids on YouTube. It's a continuation of Jasper and the Adventures of Benjamin and Oliver, and the finale is coming out on Friday. And I'm very proud of it. I've been working on it for a year. This is sort of... I don't know. Go watch it. Yes, please.
This dreamscape, your reality. We need to make sure that he's...
This is not a short film. This is a series. We are on part 4. Sorry, everybody, just in case you're joining.
entirely relaxed before he bites into the apple.
Oh, we missed some dank memes. I'm so sorry, everybody. Let's go back to check out those dank memes. Aha! 3 easy steps to relax the subject for extraction to reality. I'm nervous about this. What? You'll be fine. You, relaxing the subject, stress. These are terrible memes, and I just adored making them to be the most obvious they could be.
Your reality. We need to make sure that he's entirely relaxed before he bites into the apple. And so, I've made some more dank memes for the occasion.
My YouTube channel is just my name, Nicholas Podany. If you look up Lucids, you will find it. You will find all of this. And I started all of this off by being like, oh, it's okay. Go check it out if you like it. I am pretty much confident that you will like this. I have put a lot of effort behind it, and I'm very, very proud of it. And I really do think that if you give it a shot, you will very much like it. Step 1, make jokes. Only good funny jokes. Bad, not funny jokes don't make people comfortable and are bad. Tell a bad, not funny joke, not relaxing joke, or draw 25. So this guy told a good joke. Is this a lucid? Good jokes? You.
Given your history with jokes, Benjamin, we will be leaving this one to Oliver.
Wait, Oliver's coming? But they only know me.
They only know you as part of the Jasper cult. Quinn has obviously moved on from that business, so we have to make it clear you've moved on as well. Oliver can be your new normal friend, a distraction to make Quinn more comfortable.
Okay, when do we start?
Tomorrow.
What? No, we need to do this now. The sooner we do this, the sooner I get to go back to my
I've
life.
been lying to both your mothers that you've each been at a sleepover with the other. It's time you actually showed up somewhere. You'll be sleeping at Benjamin's tonight.
I call dibs on the bed. What? Wait, no, it's mine.
That interaction took about 6 minutes to get right, or probably more. Because getting in an argument and being surprised by someone else saying something and it just being you, it was so hard.
I call dibs.
It's mine. They were literally a cult for a baby on Pampers packaging. Weren't they weird?
No, kind of. They were actually pretty nice. Those two guys, Alex.
Oh yeah, they seem like jerks.
Yeah. They're Jasper's half-brothers, right?
Okay, let me just hang on. I can't tell you the amount of luck that went into this shot. I am dead quiet on this side, and I am responding to nothing, right? There is nobody here. And I paused for, X amount of time, and then I responded to what I thought the line would be. And it just so happened that it was wild.
Literally a cult for a baby on
No, there's no recording playing at all.
Pampers packaging. Weren't they weird?
No, kind of. Alex.
Oh yeah, they seem like jerks.
That's insane.
Jasper's
Anyway,
brothers, right? Or step brothers? I don't know. It got pretty confusing at that point.
Yeah.
But the weirdest thing is that they all seem so real. All of them. Like the Jaspers, Alex, Ryan, Quinn. They all had personalities and thoughts, and feelings, dreams of their own. And all of that, like, all of that is happening in our heads. It's just massive how much our brains are juggling at any given moment. Every atom of every neuron, of every thought, of every Jasper. You know, even us, we think of ourselves in a reality. We're being dreamt by someone. And someone is dreaming that someone who's dreaming.
What's 25 minus 8?
25 minus 8.
Just keeping it humble.
Ha.
do I have a Patreon? No, I actually don't know really how to work that or how to do that. I also, currently I'm doing a job. I'm acting right now. I'm on set, so I'm doing okay. But I mostly just do this because I really enjoy it. But after the finale, I don't know. This is something I really, really enjoy, and I would love to get a following on. I mean, I do. I appreciate so much people who watch it. But the opportunity to get it to larger places and have it build more traction would be awesome. So I don't know.
Your time with Mrs. Hills.
It was fine. It was good. Boring.
Really?
Yeah. It's 17, by the way.
I know. Okay.
Oh, we said Jasper Christ, by the way.
Whenever you're both ready.
Hey, Benny, don't call me Benny. What would you call it if Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce, and Ginger Baker were all Lucids?
Oh, please, not now.
A Dreamscape. Why did we put you in charge of jokes?
Absolutely, you're mapped.
A Creamscape, because those are the members of the band Cream. Never mind. So now we are back in Lucid's trailer, which I'm sorry I didn't show during this recap, but this is them preparing to do the TikTok dance that apparently they are doing. They're practicing the woe.
I think they're making TikToks. For God's sake, are you serious? Go knock.
Hi, Jasper, right?
Yes.
Hi, can I help you? And you must be Jasper Prime.
No, don't call him that.
You don't mind if we call you Quinn, do you? Do I know you? Kind of. I used to be a Jasper too, but now I'm just normal Benjamin. No offense.
None taken.
And to prove that I'm normal, I brought my totally normal friend, Robin. Robin. Do you mind if we come in? Yeah, sure. We're actually about
Obviously, this shot took forever because they are so close, but
to
worked.
make dinner. Do you want some?
This is on YouTube. Go look up Lucids.
Great. Come on in.
Robin, because we're on a secret mission. What? Like Batman. Oh my god.
And then Gorga Blocks 5000 is like sneaking up like a little too close for comfort, and then he stabs Lumber Sweats. Like
I started crying. I actually
Right. So you're
started
like
crying.
heartbroken, but then it turns out that it was all just a hologram, and Lumber Sweats is still safe in the Temple of Slip Slap.
End of episode 1.
I can't believe you guys don't know this show.
Nope, never heard of it.
Well, it's like
It's the best.
Just the best. Basically, do you guys want dessert?
I was actually going to have some apple pieces. Does anybody else want some?
Free apple pieces? Yes, please.
Thank you, Robin. Anyone else? Okay, well, I'm just going to have some ice cream. So, I'll have ice cream.
Yeah, I'll get you some too.
So if we think about, let's watch this shot. Anyway, what I was gonna say is when we think about Jasper Part 5, and we're thinking about like around the table, how confusing it was for me. At this point, I kind of got the table action lines down. Now let's watch this shot, because this shot took forever. Ready? There's Oliver. There's a shoulder overlapping with Oliver's arm. And
Is that the same
there
one?
goes Jasper Prime. There were 3 of me in that shot. That was so hard to do.
The cult. What? I remember everywhere you went, like anytime I saw you, you always had an apple.
That was hard too.
What? Did I say something?
Quinn,
Jasper? Yeah?
I'm really sorry.
These spinning shots, this idea of spinning shots, transferring from one me to another me, was such fun to do. kind of... so this entire thing is obviously mirroring what we saw in Jasper Part 6. So I recreated it frame for frame. Every single frame is the exact same as the original.
Hi.
All the music is original. All music.
What's going on?
If you're just joining, by the way, and you don't know what Lucids is, I edit it, I act it, I direct it, I produce it, I film it, I score it, I make the music for it, I market it, I do everything myself. It's all me. So please go check it out if you haven't. This is my favorite piece of music. I had a blast making this.
Dreamscapes and stuff. I don't know. There's probably a Discord somewhere. What?
Oh, this music was so fun to make. It's not on Spotify. It is on SoundCloud, though.
God, they're fast. I'll catch up, Benjamin. I'll catch up. Mrs. are you seeing this?
He's running through Dreamscape. Don't let him get away.
Oh, I cannot... I could go through every frame of this and tell you why it was so embarrassing, how hard it was. This took me forever. There she is. There's my mom, everybody, lying on the ground, pretending to be me.
Going on? Where did he go?
Here we go. At the very end of that, there is a little rebel cry, which I based on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I'm very proud that I put it in. Once again, if you're just joining, this is Lucids on YouTube. Please go check it out. I do everything on it. Yeah.
What are you doing? I am trying to knock myself out in order to get back to my dreamscape, which is also Benjamin's reality, while Benjamin chases your friend Quinn, who is actually the lost memory of a grieving mother's son, and is also apparently really good at getting into the dreamscapes of other people such as yourself.
Well, you can imagine that took about 12 minutes to get right.
I also washed the dishes.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry if this is confusing.
I spent almost 48 hours with 5 grown men whose religion focused on sacrificing bananas in my name, so it's all good.
Who films? If the camera is not moving, no one is filming. If I press record and then I go in front of the camera. If the camera is moving, for example, during the chase sequence, it was my mom driving and my dad hanging out of the window of the car like a champ. I bought them dinner after this and I made them dinner after this. So yeah, fair exchange. I don't know. They brought me into this world. I didn't ask for it. They gave birth to a person who wanted to do films like this.
Life, right?
Yeah. You gonna knock yourself out?
Yeah, it's actually harder than it looks. I think I need to distract myself. What's that?
What's what?
Wham!
This is insane.
Oliver, what are you doing?
Benjamin, can you hear me?
Key change!
Kind of busy, Oliver! Jump into his dreamscape. What? It'll take him by surprise. It'll give you the higher ground for just a moment. Just jump into his dreamscape. You're sure? Absolutely not, but if you've got a better idea, now's the time, dude. Fair enough.
Oh, before we get into this, let me just tell you, this was unbelievably embarrassing to film. I was in the middle of a very public, very busy street with cars coming in both directions that we had to stop, and I was just alone with my hand up, looking intense. Here we go. A little bit of Isabel flashback. Oh, thank you, Crystal.
What was that?
He's a lucid. At some point in my dreams, he became a lucid. That's how he left.
So the legs are, so then, all of this I shot by myself. Then I asked both my parents to come out. I had my mom wear jeans that looked like mine, and she's actually wearing my shoes just in case we ever saw them. and have my dad swing the camera at the ankles to give it an impression of that. So my parents were here for some of these shots. And it's even worse because there I am with my parents filming. Oh, it was mortifying, but worth it for the episode.
My dreamscape. That's how he got into your dreams.
I do not storyboard anything. I write it and I know what it looks like in my head, and then I just make that happen. It would be helpful to storyboard if I had more people involved, but because it really is just me, I only really have to communicate with myself.
Well, of course I prefer Angela, but I find the comparison to Dickinson quite unfair. But how can it be global warming if it's getting colder? You see what I mean?
So, we are currently now in the dreamscape of a climate change denier, and what does he do, the climate change denier? Here we go.
A tree!
There he is!
A tree!
There's a metaphor in there somewhere.
Because he can't see the forest for the trees. Sorry, or the trees for the forest. He can't, how I say it is he can't see the forest through the trees, if that makes any sense. But basically because he is focusing on little individual instances to prove that, you know, climate is just crazy and isn't seeing the general trajectory of it. I've made a lot of things that I, you know, don't know will be sort of the thing that everybody remembers from the episode. Like, for example, part 3, the accident bit, I didn't know was going to turn into that. A tree. A tree I had a feeling people would really like because I really like him.
Quinn!
The chase continues. Maybe
Quinn! It's over. There's nowhere to go in this guy's head.
A tree.
a small joke.
A tree.
It's your mother, Quinn.
A tree.
She asked me to bring me back to her. Quinn, no. She didn't want me then. Why should she have me now? Look, I don't know everything, but she is desperate to see you. You're a memory, Quinn. Her son died in her reality, and you are her memory of him. All that time, you were in her dreams.
In her dreamscape. I know. I found out. But she didn't want me there. She told me every time I saw her that I was nothing.
Aw, poor
She
Quinn.
tried to kick me out, not just out of the house, but out of her life. She told me to leave and never come back. So I found someone who gave me a way out, and I tried my hardest to move on and tell myself that she's not my family, that I can choose my own family, and I did. And I'm not coming back. Not now that she's changed her mind.
Quinn, please. You know that this is the right thing to do.
Benjamin, what is in this for you, man? What did she promise you?
That's not what this is about.
You don't know, do you? You haven't seen it yet, I can tell. You don't know why you were so desperate to join the cult in the first place. You've been so busy bouncing around in your little dreamt up life that you've never stopped to ask yourself if it's the one really worth living. It was Isabel, Benjamin. She left you. You got bored of her and you found someone else, and so she packed up her and your daughter, and they left you because of what you did. So don't talk to me about doing the right thing. Go home, Benjamin.
This is a show called Lucids. It's on YouTube. I made it. I've been spending a year on it. So here, and the finale comes out Friday. Go check it out. Go look up Lucids on YouTube.
I'll be with the only family I know. Don't come looking for me.
Where did he go? Hello? What was I saying? I can't remember. Ah! A tree! 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 Ah! A tree!
Woo!
No one.
Heavy. Hefty. A lot of new people today. Go check out Lucids. Please, please, please go check out Lucids on YouTube.
People getting married.
I'm gonna be bold and I'm gonna guarantee that you will like it. I'm done filming and everything. I'm actually done editing. It is ready to go. I love this song. Oh, man. Yeah. There you go. Man. Hey, did anybody else see all those new people? What the heck was that? That was cool. That's part 4. One of my absolute favorites, one of the hardest to do, one of kind of the most rewarding and the most surprising, I would say, because the entire time I was filming it, I thought it wasn't going to work. I was so sure that it was going to be bad, and it worked. Okay, for everybody who's new, by the way, before you leave, I'm doing screenings of each episode every day. So we're on part 4. Tomorrow's part 5. I'm doing 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Western. Sorry, that's North America. Yeah, come check it out. We're doing part 5 tomorrow, so catch up on YouTube. Go look up Lucids. It'll be great fun. And yeah, go check it out. Okay, so I can see you all. There you go. Sorry, I was turning up my brightness. Where can I listen to Backseat? I haven't released Backseat. Backseat is a song. You just heard how much of Backseat I have actually created. The Backseat is one of my favorite songs. The one I'm working on right now is 24 Hours. The one I'm going to work on afterwards is Cry Wolf, and then I'm going to work on Backseat. Am I going to make more series like this after Lucids? I have a lot of ideas, yeah. I got to say, I'm pretty tired. But I'll probably get another kick in the butt after Friday. Do you think you'll make more of the narrator series? Yes, I really want to. I really want to continue that. How many apples did I go through while filming? A lot. Most of them. I always tried to eat every apple that I bit into, so I didn't waste it. So, you know, high on fiber. What inspired the story for Lucids? It started when I created Jasper on TikTok, and it blew up, and the only reason I created Jasper was because I wanted that funny skit. Then people were asking for a part 2, and I thought a part 2 could be funny, and I decided to put one of the characters for a series I've been working on called Benjamin and Oliver in Jasper, and then I was like, why is he there? And so before filming Jasper 2, I had the entire idea almost of Lucids down. I didn't have the details, like I didn't have Mrs. Hills in there, but I had most of the details of Lucids, like the concept of all of it down. Once I introduced Mrs. Hills, that's when the plot really came together of like, she's looking for Quinn. So you made Jasper before you actually made the concept. Yeah, Jasper was a filler skit that I made. I didn't think much about it. I liked it. I thought it was funny that, you know, he'd have a cult named after him. But that when people started asking for part 2, that's when I realized I could make something out of this. And so, yeah. What is a dreamscape? I never quite understood it. A dreamscape, okay, so the idea is you have your reality timeline where you move through in your life. And whenever you dream, you are bouncing into this separate but uniform dreamt up timeline, which you can live through, but you visit different points. So you can be an old person, you can be a newborn at any point whenever you go to sleep, but it is all the same timeline. And as a lucid, you are able to pick which one you go into. And inside that dream, inside your subconscious, there are people living in that, right? There are actual other consciousnesses that you in your subconscious have created. You are the god of that timeline. And it is as real of a timeline as your reality is, because your reality was dreamt by someone else. And the way you know who is dreaming your timeline, your reality, is whoever has an apple. Like this apple in the Lucids universe is what symbolizes dream timeline ownership. So you in your dream will always have an apple. If you bite into that apple, you go back to your reality. If anybody else in your dreamscape bites into that apple, they go into your reality. Now, lucids are able to kind of jump from dreamscape to dreamscape, right? So they can go into someone's brain, be in their dream, then go into another person inside that same dream. They can then go into their brain. So now they are, right, going kind of up the chain of like dreaming, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's my little spiel. Yeah, but don't mix up the dreamer with a person who's trying to eat an apple. Yes. It's been weeks and I can't figure out what the significance of 25 minus 8. What does it mean? It's just a easy math problem that's surprisingly hard. Can you make merch that says I have the apple? Oh, that's funny. I really like the merch that we currently have of the apple, of the hand underneath the apple. Why an apple? Honestly, coincidentally, it was pure coincidence, because in the first scene of Benjamin and Oliver, he's holding an apple. And I had come up with the entire thing, but I hadn't come up with like a visual cue. And I was like, probably need because it's about to get really complicated. How do I make a visual cue for this is the person? And I was like, oh, well, Benjamin had the apple and it's his dreamscape anyway, so why don't we just make it an apple? And the more I have thought about it, like the more English teachery you get with the symbolism of an apple being biblically knowledge, being fruit on a tree, and how constantly Lucids are talking about it as though it's like a tree of dreamscapes. Boy, I was lucky. There's an interesting connection to the Bible. Yeah. Good book if you haven't read it. I'm not trying to convert you, but I'm not even converted, so... what is the channel of the person who did the voice for Isabel, or did she not want you to share it? Her name is Mimi Townsend. I think her TikTok profile is Dancing Astronaut. I think so. Dancing Astronaut. She's wonderful. She's so great. She's always been so game to help me with anything and everything. So yeah, go support her. Absolutely. My bud was nerding out about the apple. That's awesome. What is my favorite episode? My favorite episode is episode 6, which you are going to see on Friday. It is definitely my favorite. Will you be dropping, sorry about this, any of the music on Spotify? Yes. I've already dropped Sedona. Sedona is out on Spotify, so go check that out. Why do you play all the characters? It's COVID. I don't have a choice. I'm social distancing from people, and I don't have enough money to convince people to quarantine before filming on my set, so I'm the only option. Will you upload the OST YouTube? Oh man, I don't know what OST is. Original soundtrack. It's on SoundCloud. I have a lot of the tracks from the soundtrack on SoundCloud, so go check that out. Because no one really knows me well. Oh, hey, thank you for saying that. Thank you. I went to school for acting, so hopefully I learned something. Am I actually allergic to bananas? Yes, I am. I actually am. I actually am allergic to bananas. But only raw bananas. If they're baked in anything, I'm actually okay, which is interesting. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. Legs. Yes, I have them. Who would have thunk? Yeah. So part 5 tomorrow. Part 5, the doozy episode, the long one, the one that I remember I stayed up so late working on that score, and what a fun score that was. I think the scores are getting better as I go. Sorry, why Pampers? Because it's so random. Because I thought that would be hilarious if it's nothing he has control over, right? It's not a recent. It's not even a recent accomplishment. It's the least individually driven accomplishment you can have. Is you were a baby, you had no choice, and yet you kind of got famous. So that's Jasper's claim to fame, and he had nothing to do with it. And he, I think that's so sad. I like how everyone is trying to unpack every detail of Lucids now. Go for it. Listen, sorry, I'm gonna. I work really hard on this, and it's so cool, the attention it has gained. And I'm so proud of that, and I am so amazed by that. But I've been tagged a few times of people being like, where's the following? And it's like, there is one. But I'm doing all of this in the faith that, like, folks will see it, because I just think this is one that I'm really proud of, and I really want people to see it because I'm saying things in it that I needed to hear at whatever age, that sometimes I still need to hear. It's a cool concept, but inside that cool concept are wrapped little things that I want to say, and I don't know. It's not that I think that my voice is like incredibly important. I think that in fact I am reiterating things that so many people have told me. I'm just putting them in a narrative context which seems to get people's attention more. And I also love making narratives, obviously, but yeah, I hope that people see it. I know that people are seeing it. I'm not trying to say that. It's just like, I think it has a ways to go, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So all that is to say, that was really guys, we're back to the normal 70 people. That was crazy. There were 110 people on here at one point. Who are those people? Who are those guys? I don't know them. Yeah, that was wild. Anyway, sorry, that was just a little tangent. We can get back on questions and parsing apart Lucids. I don't have much to do today or tonight. Actually, the cast is hanging out, so I might go hang out with them a little bit later. But the Miles Below Okay is in my... Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that one I've been setting up since episode 2, where I really wanted to highlight this idea that the only things that are real are what you choose to be. Which even, I wrote this short film when I was in college, and the crux of that film is one of the imaginary characters saying, reality is what you choose it to be, so why can't I be reality? And ultimately the lead character goes, no, I'm going to stick in what I have. And I think that's a message I was trying to get across with that, and that's a message I'm trying to get across with this, of you may not like the reality you're given, but I guarantee you so many people love you inside of the reality that you are given, that the brave thing to do is to be there for those people who love you. And I think if you're there for the people who love you, you'll end up loving that reality and loving yourself more. That's something that I really believe, of the golden rule. Treat people as you want to be treated. And I think it's hard. I think it's incredibly courageous to do that. I think that is the very brave thing to do, is to be vulnerable and open and communicative and be there for the people you love and for the people who love you. And if you ever feel like there's no one who loves you, I promise you that you're wrong. Because there just always is. It's like that thing of help will always be given to those who ask for it. I think that's a Hogwarts quote. Ugh. But it's true. I don't know. Yeah. Write out or should be driving the world. Oh, thank you. How do I find balance in my life? I'm working on it. I am not perfect. There are people who are living life way more balanced than I am. But I found this, I found making these things. And I found that making these things is not dependent upon anybody else's value or sense of worth for me. I don't have to feel as though this has to satisfy anyone else except for me. And that was really special to find that. And it's very cool. And it's very cool that, people have found it and are watching it, but I don't want to get consumed by that. I'm making this ultimately because this is a thing I would have wanted to hear. And if that is something that can connect with other people, then that's my job. And I think I want it to get to as many people as it can. And that's the hard part, because you don't want to get sucked into numbers or anything. What's next for you on TikTok? Not much. I'm on YouTube now. That's the best way to... Oh, yeah, I think so too. Anyway, that's Lucids. This is the allergy thing, why William was cooking the banana. Yes, it is! Well done! Yes. I thought that was funny. Just put a banana in the pan. Well done, Pie. Oh, you missed it. I was told a while ago that someone who I'm very thankful for, or a lot of people are thankful for, archives these and puts them on YouTube. So I think it's Nicholas Podany archive something. I don't know what it is. I'm not in control of it. So will you bring back the one-offs I'm having a blast doing the series. You know, I've had some idea of one-offs, but the series are more meaningful. The series take more time. The series are so enjoyable and express more what I want to say. I don't know. I like them. As someone who struggles with derealization a lot, this series... Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's so cool, because I think the series for me is so much about kind of like, what is reality? Where do you go from there? And Oliver's message in part 5 is reality is just the place where you feel loved and where you love. That's where reality is. You know, that's the realest thing we've got. Yeah. When is the final episode dropping? Friday, this Friday, March 19th. And I couldn't be more thrilled. Yeah, couldn't be more thrilled. Would you ever expand Lucids to a different set of characters? I don't know. I know some of the things I'm thinking of right now happen within a Dreamscape, but that's not the point, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not the point that it's in a Dreamscape. It just happens to be in one. Do you know what I mean? It'll make sense when it gets there. Friday. Oh, very happy birthday to your boyfriend. I hope he can watch it. Never mind. Watch it the next day. Enjoy his birthday. The MCU is quaking. Plastic duck, that could be your birthday present. Hey, have you seen Infinity Wars? Have you seen Infinity Wars Train the Way You Strive Lucids? Oh, just like in terms of like a cinematic universe? I mean, I know that Marvel's probably influenced me in a lot of subconscious ways, but I don't directly think about it. Honestly, can all your content just be officially in a Dreamscape? Might get complicated with some stuff, especially once I introduce other actors into things, because eventually I want to do that. And if the whole concept is that, or the, you know, what ended up being a concept is that everybody is me in order to make it work. I don't know. Where does your musical inspiration come from? Honestly, my music, my sense of music got blown wide open once I listened to Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. That album is so cinematic and so rich with story, and then I listened to the rest of his albums. Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80, Damn. I'm missing one. But they're so cinematic. Oh my god! I mean, Channel Orange by Frank Ocean is a movie, and so it gave me this idea of like you can write entire stories through music, and so that sort of. I had a long discussion about my friend about reality inspired by work. Cool, that's exactly the conversations I want to inspire. Hell yeah. Damn is such a good song. I know the entire album is such a good song. I need to watch Infinity Train. I don't know what that is. It's awesome. The soundtrack is kind of like Lucids. Whose soundtrack? I binged all your videos in one sitting. Very cool. I hope you're okay. Are there actual canon Jasper facts? I think the Discord is working on that. I actually don't know. At this point, the canonical things are no longer really my decision. I try to weigh in, but there have been a few times when I've accidentally let things be canon. And, the Discord just runs with it. Are we canon? It's on HBO Max. Wait, what is? I keep missing all this. Yeah, I know, dude pants. I know. Okay, Infinity Train. I gotta check this out. Infinity Train soundtrack is kind of like Lucids. Oh, that'd be cool to watch. You're gonna finish the song that's based on the love theme. I want to. Yeah. Yes, I definitely want to. I would need to write a verse. Or something. If you guys have seen Search Party, that's currently one that I'm watching on HBO Max. It's terrific. Since you're a dual citizen, do you flip between American and English words? No. I don't pick up on this, but my girlfriend says that I will occasionally do weird intonations of things. Like, rather than saying, like, do you want to go outside? I'll say, do you want to go outside? And that's just like a weird thing. Don't know when I started that, but yeah. Are there any directors who particularly inspire you? Tons, yeah. I can't think of any of them right now. I can't think of... my mind is blank of names, but when I get a list, I'll let you know. Hey, the Discord link just dropped. Well done, everybody. You got the Discord link. 68 of you are still hanging around. What's going on? What do you want me to say? I just got really self-conscious of my intonation now. Yeah, welcome to acting. Is that what the Whole Foods in Taobao is a reference to? No, I've just noticed that people pronounce Whole Foods differently. Whole Foods? Whole Foods. Whole Foods. Any advice for turning my ideas into an actual product? Just do it. Fucking do it. Go for it. If you don't like it, don't share it, but do it. Like, go through all the effort, go through all the hating it, go through all of the, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And if you don't like it, don't show it to anybody. Who cares? It never existed then, but you did it. And you know that you did it. And so the next time you have an idea, you'll be like, oh, I did that. I technically could do this. The number of things that I have that I hate and I have never released anywhere. Because I was like, I have this idea, I want to do it. And then I do it, and then I hate it. But it gives me the confidence that the next time I have an idea, I was like, oh, well, I did the last thing, so I can do this thing. Yeah. It's the pots metaphor. Yeah, it is. I don't actually know the pots metaphor. Will you upload a behind the scenes? I haven't filmed any behind the scenes, I'm afraid. Part 3 was a little bit more lax, and so I could like take time and film around, but the last few parts have been so rigorous that no. The amount of finished books I have that I haven't published, I know. Now, I will also say, I learned this in songwriting. At a certain point, you gotta remember that it doesn't have to be perfect, that it can just be good. And you can show it to people. Because that's a whole other section that if you're at that stage of like, I've written everything, I've done everything, and I haven't shown anybody, then parse through and be like, am I mad because this isn't good, which you are the judge of, 100%, or am I mad because this isn't perfect? And if you can imagine yourself, I only relate to this with music, but if I kind of vibe to it, it's good enough. Like, I'll then show it to someone and I'll be like, what do you think? And they can turn around and I'll show it to someone I trust. Like, I have a friend in LA who will just tell me if things suck. And so that's nice to have. But yeah. Sondheim told us, don't be afraid that it won't be perfect. The only thing to be afraid of is that it won't be. Yeah, exactly. If you could have one of your idols watch your series, who would it be? Donald Glover. I'd want Donald Glover to watch it. I just remember Michael Bay movies are a success and film. That made me laugh. Will you do a director's cut of after Lucids Part 6? No, I don't really have any. Everything. There are like maybe a few things that you aren't seeing, but the reason you're not seeing them is because the pacing was off. Just like the natural pacing of things. I've pretty much got it down to exactly what it is. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. Yeah, a lot of these shots I did like one take of, and I was like, that's it. I don't have enough time because the sun is rising or something, or the sun is setting. Most of the time it was that the sun was rising. The entire cliff sequence was so hard. What character are you from the TV show Friends? No idea. I'm trying to remember their names. Sorry, I'm not a Friends fanatic. Phoebe? On the topic of creating things, when you complimented my art... Oh, cool! I your art. Well, I don't... I'm sorry that I can't recognize you through your username, but... I'm sorry. Will you ever post, like, bloopers if you have any? I don't really have any. Most of the hard thing is that I'm not really laughing when I make a mistake, which sounds terrible. I'm, like, laughing in my head, but I'm alone. And so I'm not, like... I'm not having, like, a good time with anybody. I'm just like, funny. That makes me sound like a psychopath. It's mostly just because I am rushing all the time. And so when I'm on set, I'm quite serious. And when I'm on set with other people, like, and it's fun and other people are doing their jobs, I'm a blast. On Lucid set, I'm a little bit more like, I have 10 minutes to do all of this. I have a few times when I'm laughing. But I don't know. I don't know if my bloopers are... They're in relation to no one, if that makes sense. Oh, Pat! Yes. I loved... it was so cool. I want to see the yeah, that was awesome. Yarmapped has become part of my natural vocabulary. Let's go! Do you want to know why? Because we're living in Benjamin's dreamscape. What do I do if all my ideas require filming locations across the country? Yeah, I mean, all of my filming ideas require cherry pickers and drones and tons of actors. And I write them. And I then get to location. I'm like, well, that's impossible. So I adjust. I don't know. The very ending shot for all of Lucids, I had a very clear idea of what it was going to be, and it would cost me well over $2,000. And so I didn't do it, and I found something else, and I did that, and it's just as meaningful, and I really like it. Would you consider doing a one-on-one discussion about Lucids with another performer you know? I did that with my mom once. Improvise, adapt, overcome, as Julius Caesar once said, looking out into the war-torn countryside. 2000, what was it? Oh, it was... I actually am not going to tell you, because then that would give away the last shot of Lucids. When we see the finale, you will have to tell us what you had in mind that cost so much. I will. I'm actually glad that it didn't work out, because I think what happened was way more true to what this series has been. Do it, record a one-on-one with your mom. She's amazing in the series. Yeah. I mean, I'm not with my mom right now, obviously. I'm in Pittsburgh, but is there a quick note that you've read or heard personally that has stuck with you? Sorry, not note, quote. Yeah. I told this story at Stage Door a bunch when I was in Harry Potter, where, oh no, I'm gonna forget her name. Anne... Oh dear. I'll remember it later. She was in Gone with the Wind, I'm pretty sure. And she was very elderly when I met her, and I was in 9th grade. She came to see a show of mine. And I think she passed maybe a year or two after I met her. But her one piece of advice, and she had been doing acting since she was a kid. And her one piece of advice to me, and she just said, keep going, because it is a wonderful life. Like being an actor, being an artist, honestly. And, you know, that's gotten me through some really tough stuff of, like, you get told no tons of times. Things don't work out. Stuff goes awry. Your $2,000 series finale shot doesn't work. And you keep going. Because the people you interact with, the people's lives you affect, you know, like, if you don't release that thing that you think might be good, then the one person whose life was going to be so affected by it will go on living the same way. You know, you have that power inside of you. You have that idea that can reach so many people. Or maybe not even so many people, but just that one person who needs to hear it, who needs to see it. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And it's not that the ideas are going to get better, just the way you convey those ideas, right? It's going to be less confusing. It's going to be more concise. It's going to be easier to follow. It's going to be more immediately impactful. But the ideas, if you have good ideas, and all of us have good ideas, those always stay great. Hey, I got a little cake. Thank you for the cake. That's my best piece of advice, is keep going, because it's a wonderful life. Hello, I just got here. We had a watching party. Oh no, Just Potato XX, 2 X's prior. I'm so sorry. Well, but come back. Hey, xx.justpotato.xx. Come back tomorrow. We are going to do another viewing of part 5 of Lucids on YouTube. Please go check it out. It'll be really nice. Oh, I forgot that all of this is being recorded, and I'm screw it. It'll just be really long on YouTube, I guess. Yeah. Did I watch Gravity Falls? I did not. No, I didn't. Here's the thing. Answer my Pinaus question? What's your Panaus question? Where can we watch the recordings? YouTube, I think. Do I need to go to college to be successful in film? I went to college for acting. I did not go to college for filmmaking or anything. And my college was not real college. It was a conservatory. I did not do I acted 14 hours a day. Who is my favorite character to play? Who is my favorite character to play? It's not over yet. I don't really have a favorite. I can't pick favorites. Would it be okay for me to do Would it be okay for me to do a recreation of a scene from Lucids for my acting class? Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. My thing about using my stuff is obviously don't make money on it, right? If you're making money on it and it's my intellectual property, that's illegal. But if you're just using it, yeah, don't make money. Make money otherwise. That's very important. If you just tuned in. It's Oliver for sure. For you? Yeah. I mean, I know Oliver is quite a favorite amongst some folks. And I do love Oliver. But I love them all. I mean, getting all of their coats on, or lack of coat for Benjamin, is quite fun. Do you still take gummy vitamins? I don't, but I wish I did. Your music re-sparked, my passion for music. Oh, hey, cool. Thank you. Yeah. I've had so many people come along in my life that re-sparked that passion for me too. So that's awesome. It's so easily lost. Don't feel bad for losing it, because passions come and go. And it's very cool when you run into someone who can, reignite it. Robert Paulson is just... yeah, he is. Where did I get the Oliver coat? It's my mom's. It's just my mom's raincoat. I have no idea where she got it. I forgot to take my gummy vitamins. Come on. Can I do a James line? What do you mean, like James Jasperson? James Jasperson has such a weird accent. He's a combination. He's like mid-Atlantic. He's not quite English and he's not quite American. So that was fun because he's from the same reality. His reality is Mrs. Hill's Dreamscape, right? So we can imagine that because she invented everybody, they all kind of have an English accent. I would hug you until you cried it all out. Me? I don't know what I got to cry out. Maybe, probably a lot. Thank you. What was your major because you were... Oh, I majored in acting. I was a drama major. That's what I did. Day in, day out. Shakespeare, Chekhov. It was very classical training. Classical training, we had a lot of problems with that, but still, fun stuff. I feel like I saw you from... You might have seen me from stuff. I was in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. I was in Heart of Dixie when I was a kid. I was in I Didn't Do It when I was a kid. Those are kind of my big things. I also did a bunch of theater throughout Los Angeles. And I did some theater gigs in New York as well. Who's my favorite TikTok creator at the moment? At the moment, it's the rock, paper, scissors competitive games. Crystal and I, we stayed up so late last night just watching through all of them, making bets on who we thought was going to win. Always surprised us. Yeah, I was in Harry Potter. I played Albus. Albus Potter. Did I watch The Sound of Metal? No, I need to. Yes, I need to do that. Musical theater or traditional theater? Both. Why not? There's space enough. The world is wide enough. What am I in now? I think I can... I don't know. I'm so nervous about saying anything. I'm not a very big part in the thing I'm in now. This is just a really fun gig. Unpopular opinion. I love James Jasperson's accent/voice. That is an accent that I learned directly from Juilliard. That was the only accent they would teach us voice and speech in. Was the Mid-Atlantic. Everything James Jasperson says, well, it's a little bit more English sometimes, but yes. And you want to become a lucid. Yeah. I recommend B. Dylan Hollis on TikTok. All right. Eddie Redmayne, I've been told so many times. doesn't call himself an American Eddie Redmayne in the show. Yeah, I do. Mid-Atlantic. And my parents are actors. No, they are historians. My mom is a history professor, and my dad was a conservator of antiquities at a museum in Los Angeles. That's what they do. And I got them in front of a microphone, and I was like, please act. The J book, the J phone, and the slightly larger J phone. I'm very rich, which is very nice. Why is my username so hard to say? I don't know, xx.just_a_potato.xx. It was even hard that time. Hey, history is my teaching minor. Hey, awesome. I love history. The way my mom taught it always felt like stories. You know, it just felt like really exciting stories. Like, what are we going to hear about tonight? You know, and so whenever I was studying for, the reason I know this is because she would help me with like history tests. Like, and she would help me with all tests. So would my dad, but like history tests were like my mom's like kind of like thing, and we would go through my notes and we would talk about facts as though they were stories, and it was like my favorite thing to study for. What's the Mid-Atlantic push from the perspective of a young wave thinking about whales? What? Wait, is this a joke? What's the Mid-Atlantic push from the perspective of a young wave thinking about whales? Everybody pause. No one talk for a hot second. What is the... What is this... What? You're blowing my mind. What's the Mid-Atlantic push from the perspective of a young wave? The Mid-Atlantic push from the perspective of a young wave thinking about whales. Is this like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy thing? What the fuck? Okay, I'm skipping it. If you comment again, I'm going to try to understand your poetry. Okay, everybody resume. Sorry about that. Your British accent is actually really good. Oh, I'm half English. I also did an English accent for Harry Potter for a year, so I hope it's good. I'm doing an English accent for the project I'm currently in. I will never not be a Brit. I can't get out of it. Did I go to public school? I went to Open Charter Magnet School for my elementary school experience. I went to St. James Middle School for middle school, and then in high school I went to private in Los Angeles, which was a lot. Very different universe. I loved it, but different universe than what I'm used to. The reverse Tom Holland. Yeah, that's me, the reverse Tom Holland. What's my favorite instrument? Bass. That I can play bass. Otherwise it's cello. But, boy, the things a good bass line can do to a song. I will never not be a Brit. I can't get out of it. Nicholas Podany 2021. That's me. Say my username backwards. XX dot. Otata. Nope. Hi, Damien here. Hi, Damien. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Reverse Tom Holland equals American Eddie Redmayne. You know, one of these days, you're gonna be looking at them and you're gonna be like, wanna be Nicholas Podany. Will I ever do a follow-up to the song If I'm Your Type? I want to make an entire movie out of that. I think it's so funny. Sorry, that's just one of the skits that made me giggle. New character confirmed? What inspired you to create your storyline? The whole Dreamscape thing I thought of because when I was in high school, I used to run up to people and I would be like, wake up, you're 7 years old, you fell asleep in math class and all this has just been a bad dream. Because I thought it was funny. And here's why I thought it was funny. Because if they actually did wake up, then I would cease to exist, right? So what's the point of me telling that joke if I never get the punchline because I am wiped from existence? Does that make... I don't know. It was like funny in this way where I was like, I think this is a joke. And I'm not sure. And so I would just say it to my friends. And they'd be like, Nicholas, take a nap. But I thought there was something there. And so put me in quarantine for, a month. And eventually I got there. About why I thought it was funny. I'm making a vid to the B&O soundtrack. Are you going to put out any more of the original soundtrack? There is some stuff on SoundCloud. I just ask you not to monetize any of those videos, or to not, obviously infringe on any kind of copyright rules with all that. Nicholas, take a nap. Nicholas's friends, they can attest. They can definitely attest to that. Put me around a lot of theater kids in high school. I would not want to hang out with me or in that environment. Otherwise, I think I was a pretty cool guy. But oof. I've been trying to learn from Misha on the keyboard. You have the intro. That's awesome. Thank you for learning. It's a fun one. Do the face again, please. What face? What are you talking about? Am I ever gonna put Shakespeare on Spotify? I have to re-record a whole bunch of those vocals because it is a very old song. So maybe it'll be a TikTok. I'll tag you. Oh, sweet. Yes, please. When's the next episode dropping? So glad you asked. Thanks for coming by. Stay a little bit longer. It's coming out Friday, March 19th, baby. Go check it out. It'll be quite the time. It could be a movie about some guys putting a band together and then having one famous song. Wait, right. Except the twist is that the band finds out that they are the background characters in the movie. I've been trying to think of a way to make this concept work. I had an idea where it's an action movie and they're all the background characters, and it's an apocalypse movie, and they try to stop the apocalypse from happening by informing the lead character. I don't know. I have all these ideas, but I really like it being a band movie. Do you know what I mean? Because then the songs just start and leave. And I think that's so funny. Because what are the rest of the band members doing? They're all fake playing, and then just the song leaves and they're no longer playing. I'm so surprised that you don't know how to play the drums. I do know how to play the drums. What do you think the watch face thought? Oh, it's another. It's you. Okay. I'm ready. Everybody pause. What do you think the watch face thought when the bird sitting in the tree chirped just before noon? I don't even think these are jokes. I just think these are beautiful words put together. And I thank you. Everybody, what do you think the watch face thought when the bird sitting in the tree chirped just before noon? If you're just joining, hi, welcome. We're having a great time here. I think you just invented Free Guy. Oh yeah, I saw the frickin' trailer for Free Guy, and I was like, I've had that thought in my mind forever. Asshole. So, I'm sure everybody's had that thought in their head forever. When did this turn into a poetry analysis in English class? You guys should go English class on Lucids. I'd be fascinated to see that. Someone was asking for an analysis on Lucids. I don't want to do that. I want you guys to do that. I made it. I'm not going to analyze it. I made it. Why would I analyze it? I'm giving you everything you need to know, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is the piece. You do whatever you want with it. Rip Tiffany, she didn't make the budget cuts. She did make the budget cuts. She's in it. She just is a smaller character. Film theory. Get on it, film theory. What are you doing? Just wrote an essay on it last summer. I want to know. Throwback to when I analyzed their clothing way too much. That was an awesome moment. I loved reading that. That was so cool. English teachers would have a field day with Lucids. Yeah, they would. And they'd be so disappointed to find out that the apple was a coincidence. The fall from innocence so represents. Oh, yeah. Come on, Matt Pat. I have not seen Tenet. I probably should. I hear it's confusing. But then what is Lucids if not confusing persevering? Okay. That's gonna wrap it for me. This was very fun. I had a blast. Happy St. Patrick's Day if you're celebrating. Yeah, I'm gonna dip tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST. Be there or be square. Part 5, the most recent episode. Drama, action, romance. Anything else? else happen? What are other buzzwords I can use? Trees. Come watch. Come one, come all. Check it out. It'll be very fun. You'll love it. And yeah, I will see you then. Have a lovely night.